Torchwood, Children of Earth, all 5 parts in 1 week. Starts Monday the 6th of July on BBC.
Don't miss live coverage from South Africa of the Confederations Cup final between the USA and Brazil. That's over on BBC 3 tomorrow night from 7. A little later than scheduled now on BBC One. Whatever you do, don't mention Glastonbury.
Welcome to Friday Night with Jonathan Ross, and it's finally here. This weekend is Glastonbury weekend. That's right, Glastonbury. Yes, Glastonbury. Oh, I got the idea. Glastonbury, muddier than a hippo's face pack. Wetter than a Gok Wan handshake. And we all know it's not, is it? And it's gone older this year as well. This year they've got Neil Young, Bruce Springsteen, their kids. Ask your grandparents, they'll tell you who they are. Topping the bill on Sunday is the Archers Omnibus. But good luck to everyone who's going, and you may need it. It's going to be wet. I'm not making this up. This is the absolutely true BBC satellite forecast for the area. Look at that. Talking of Glastonbury, you may introduce some men who are genuinely performing there this weekend, and they are going to blow Bruce Springsteen off the stage. Unless his security stops him, and I believe they've got their eye out for you. It's my house band, 4 puffs and a piano, ladies and gentlemen.
In the summertime, when the weather is hot, you can stretch right up and touch the sky. When the weather's fine, you got women on your mind. We're always happy, life's for living, yeah, that's our philosophy. In the summertime.
Very nice. That's nice. Slick. Shall we take a look and see who's in my green room this evening? Ladies and gentlemen, I think we should. My first guests are one of the most popular boy bands in the country. For years they said they would never reform, but they have, and they are here tonight. They are Blue, ladies and gentlemen. Four good-looking young men. Four good-looking young men right there. 2 of them are better looking than the rest, but they're all pretty good looking. The reason that Blue decided to reform, ladies and gentlemen, is simple. It was by public demand. They received thousands of letters which they found they just couldn't ignore. From the Inland Revenue, there were credit card companies, VAT, there was a gas bill. I remember a big gas bill. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Blue. They're on the show this evening. Great to see you again, boys. Thank you for joining me. My next guest is one of the most exciting new stand-ups in the country. She is Shappi Khorsandi, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Shappi. Lovely to see you. Glamorous and funny. My next guest is an English tennis legend. That's right, he's a tennis legend who has genuinely relinquished his hill to Britain's new star, Andy Murray. He is Tim Henman, ladies and gentlemen. He gave his hill away. He gave his hill away. Tim, it's great to see you here.
Good to see you too. It's still Henman Hill, for sure.
Well, you say that. Hey, what are you wearing for the show tonight?
Sorry?
I wonder what you were going to smarten yourself up. You went up to some old man's...
So I've been wearing a suit. I've been wearing a suit all week, and I never wear a suit. And I was like, I've got to get rid of it.
Tim Henman, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted he's on the show. Tim, it's great to have you here. And we have great live music this evening from, I'm thrilled you're on the show, Florence and the Machine. There's Florence. She has a machine with her somewhere. Florence is off to Glastonbury tomorrow. Florence, it can get crowded there. But if you need a bit of space, a bit of peace and quiet, the Puffs are playing the Cabaret tent. That should be quite... Well, there'll be room.
Yeah, it's busy. I did just.
Are you? I'll come see you. When? What day?
Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday. I'll be there.
And Saturday.
You sure you're not busy Sunday?
No.
Because I'll be honest with you, they'd rather know now. Ladies and gentlemen, Florence and the Machine here this evening as well. Delighted you're here. Thank you. All right, OK. Yes, as we said, Wimbledon fortnight is here and we have a new world champion grunter, ladies and gentlemen. You've been following this story about all the grunting at Wimbledon, making so much noise. The new world champion is Michelle Larcher de Brito from Portugal. There she is. There you go. A terrific player. And this, though, is the noise she makes. Listen to this. I haven't heard anything like that since the woman who lives next door got new batteries for a rampant rabbit. That's not something you normally hear. Can you imagine what it would sound like if she played Maria Sharapova? You don't need to, because that's what it would sound like. And then, imagine what would happen if Tom Jones was walking past and he thought, I'll join in. And what if, in this dream of mine, James Brown was passing and said, how about a game of mixed doubles? That's a tennis match I'd pay to see, wouldn't you? Shall we get my first guest out, ladies and gentlemen? I think we should, but first, let's remind ourselves of some of their hits. Welcome, Blue. How nice to have you back. Aren't they? What a nice-looking bunch of young men.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you for coming back on the show. It's great to see you. Now, here's the thing. Congratulations on getting back together. Can I be honest with you? I didn't even know you'd broken up. No, the news had just reached me. It had only just arrived. How long were you apart for? You know, I know you stayed friends, but how long were you...
4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Right, okay.
But it is our 10th year anniversary next year, so that's why we're getting back together. Kind of good time to get back to 10 years.
And what prompted the split in the first place, and then why they get back together?
Because we hated each other, now we all love each other. No, I don't know really. I just think that we just had a bit much.
It was just getting a bit too intense, wasn't it, Don?
Intense.
What, you mean because you were living out of each other's pockets, you were touring together?
Yeah, we sort of grew up together and we just became in each other's pockets, weren't it? And we just sort of
we didn't really have a chance to enjoy it, to be fair.
Exactly.
Well,
I think when you step back...
16.
You did enjoy quite a lot of it, though.
I enjoyed it. I had a right giggle, I did.
So you were the youngster?
He was 16.
I was 16 when I joined the group, yeah.
Wow, just a
I'm
baby.
still only...
a little boy.
Yeah, I'm like...
He got his mum to sign the rattle contract.
Yeah.
He's still a young boy.
Hold on, he was trying to work out how old he is now, then. Let's give him a second. He said, I was 16, I'm still 20. But you jumped in, the rescue. So you're coming up for 26, I guess, so you are
Yeah, I'm 26 now, yeah.
Well, you're still just a very young man, of course.
I know.
Okay. And so how are you finding it, being back together? How is it comfortable again? Are you...
It's like if you could pick out the best moments in your life and then you could do it all over again, this is what it's like getting back together. But this time it's going to be all about...
Well, that's what a lovely thing to hear. So you really enjoyed it. And presumably the tensions that were there leading up to the split, they've gone now, they've dissipated.
There wasn't any tensions leading
It was a case of like, do you know what, boys, we've done this for 5 years now. We love each other, we respect each other. Let's go off and do our own thing, enjoy it, and let's enjoy our sort of status, really. And
we just needed an opportunity to grow
as
people, individuals, because, you know, it's like when you're in a band, well, you may not know what it's like, but in a band...
I've been in a few very successful...
You know, you do live in each other, but you do need a bit of time to find yourself, individuality, to go off and just be an individual. And I think that's something that we really needed.
Especially if you were a kid when you started, of course, you know.
Yeah, I grew up as a teenager in the industry, and then I sort of, I don't know, it was nuts really, growing up in the public eye. I can't really explain it. It was a bit like everything I did got kind of... I mean, I had fun, I'm not going to complain, and everything I did, what people may have read about, there weren't a lot.
There's a picture of you enjoying it as a teenager would.
Oh,
Simon behind.
Is that Simon behind?
Honestly, I'd say that we had like we were so privileged to grow up and be in a group at that age, and a lot of people don't get in the industry until they're older. And I mean, coming into the industry now,
And to have hits at that age, what a great thing.
yeah, to be like win 2 Brits and numerous amount of awards around the world, and now to come back into the industry with more of an insight to it. It's great to have the opportunity to come back.
Definitely. And let me ask you, I'm sure you all did okay the first time, but which of you needed the money the most when you decided to get back together?
We knew you was going to ask that question.
One of you must have been saying, one of you must have been making the calls more regularly than the other one. What about a reunion? Any chance of a reunion? Please insert another 6p. Yeah, what about I'm freezing here. What about a bloody reunion? I can't burn any more of my DVDs. Okay, you just did your big comeback gig for Capital Radio. Was it fair? I suppose it's a comeback gig.
Yeah, it was wicked.
At the Emirates Stadium. And how many people were there?
Only 55,000.
Wow, that's quite something, isn't it? That must have been one of the biggest crowds, certainly in the UK. You played to, isn't it?
Yeah,
one of the biggest.
I mean, we've always been a part of you know, helping the child. It's one of our favourite charities. We did the last one at Hyde Park, and you know, we was approached by Capital to talk about it, and you know, it was just something we couldn't turn down. It was, you know, what a platform to come back at.
So what do you do? Well, how did the day pan out in terms of, I guess you'd rehearsed already, but you're getting nearer the moment where you're going to step out in front of 50,000 people.
Yeah, we were underneath the stage. They were doing this thing where we were going to come up on the stage. Me, being me as the boys know, had to do my I need a wee because I've just got nerves. So I'm said to the tour manager, I need a wee. So he's like, well, there's a bottle over there. So I literally, he stood there like this with his coat, and I'm stood there like that, trying to go for a wee. And they're announcing us on stage. And like, hurry up, Dung. And I was like, I'm sorry. And then I got stage fright and couldn't do it. So that was a whole waste of a big drama.
You know, next time, if I go and see you live,
I could have taken the part of the wee on stage with me and everything. A little sit while I through.
It'd be great for you to come up and he'd have been holding his coat like that, and you'd have just nerves behind it. Like, there's some special effects. Hey! Presumably you still do something like a dance routine, do you? Not as much as you used to.
Yeah, we do.
So you've got to get that. You've got to. And do you know the words? Can you remember all the words to your hits?
Yeah.
Who has the most? Forgets the words.
I forget the words. Nah, Dunk's cool. Dunk's getting better.
Am I?
No, you are.
I did all right.
No, you did all right on the summertime thing.
I forget the words, but I said to Anthony during the Lionel song, I said, what's the...
Oh, no, and I went past him like that. Let's try easy.
You forgot the words to Easy, Lionel, which is...
So damn easy.
It's nerves.
What did you think it was? Well, I'm queasy, well, I need a wee. Yeah. Right, and how did it come about that Lionel joined you on stage? That was presumably planned, but how did that happen? Because that's a great thing.
It was wicked, wasn't it?
It was unbelievable. I mean, we've done duets with like Sarah and John and Stevie Wonder.
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
Was that your favourite?
Kim and you know, Cool in the Gang. And basically, you know, we was like, can we do Lion and Law?
So you just put in a wish list?
Yeah. And it's kind of like, I mean, Lee's the best at it. Lee, for some known reason, he just asks for something and people say yeah. So he was like, let's do Lionel.
Let's have a look. This is you guys on stage. Have you seen this footage back? Have you seen this on Formula One? Okay. Here you are with Lionel, and it doesn't look for a second like you've forgotten the words. So don't worry. This is Blue. This is the big gig at the Emirates Stadium. Look at this.
I'm easy. Well, I'm easy like Sunday morning. I wanna be high, so
So, Lee, talk us through that. You're there, Lionel's doing it, and you're going, he is there, whoa. And then you seem to get a little confused.
I was like, your go. Like that, and then I missed my part, and I looked at the boys, and I went, ooh.
It's his face, though. To be fair, like, the first time we actually ran through it with Lionel was about half an hour before we went on. He just popped into the dressing room, and knocked on the door, and it's like Lionel wants to rehearse, and we're all just like, Lionel, yeah, come in. And there's like a piano, and he just gets down, he's like, hey, boys, and he sits at the piano, and we all just stood there like that going, It was amazing to work with him. He's such a lovely guy.
He's such a pro as well.
But
there's another moment on stage I noticed, because I was looking at the footage where you seem to get a bit confused what's going on. And if you like, I'm going to say this, you look to the other guys for like, what's going on? What am I meant to be doing? Have a look at this, see if I'm right.
Everybody now! Baby, just love me. Baby, just hold me.
See this bit here? You're definitely getting lost here. Show that bit again.
Man.
Well, I just want to look. What's going to look there? You're totally different with them, and now you look like someone. What? And he thinks, help!
That's 2 weeks. 4 years. 2 weeks rehearsal, and I end up doing that. What an idiot.
Well, I love the bit. At one
I
stage.
was looking loads of times thinking, what the bloody hell am I supposed to be doing? And then you do that on stage. Jazz hands, keep smiling, jazz hands.
We just got to basically keep the beat.
Yeah, you have to.
Dancing was never our strong point.
No, but you did a few more intense routines than that, though. You've toned it down quite a lot.
Well, we tried to,
Okay. When you look out in the crowd there, did you see fans from before? Did you recognise faces from the old days?
Few faces, but what surprised me, what most, Jonathan, was when we first started, there was like young girls, you know, with their mums or whatever, and their mums obviously knew who Blue were, but the girls were like, who's that?
Yeah.
And I could see the mums going, who's that? Who are they?
Yeah.
And you could see the mum going, they're blue. They were around 5 years ago, they're blue. And these kids must have been about 6 or 7 at the time, so it's a bit mental.
And did they then turn to the 6, 7-year-old and go, yeah, that one's Daddy, that one there. That's the one. Cool. You get any of that? No, none of the kids looked a little bit like you then. There weren't any familiar faces out there. Nothing from the gene pool out there. Okay. It must be. It's a nice feeling because obviously you're friends as well. Yeah. And so to be back and to be working with friends is a great thing. Did you keep an eye on each other's sort of solo projects while you weren't together and your solo TV things?
We all support each other. Yeah.
Because you had a fairly successful recording career, as did you, Simon. You still got that going on. Anthony, I saw you on a couple of reality shows, right? Doing good. You were on a particular show that I don't show a clip of a bit later on, but you went in the jungle, and then is it right you persuaded Simon to follow you into the Celebrity Jungle thing the year after?
Yeah. Well, no, I was in it 2005. He gives me a call.
And you did very well. You did well. You enjoyed it. Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
That can't be a nice experience. That part of it.
Rank, mate. Because what they do is they just splattered slime on me.
Yeah.
And then they just started throwing stuff on my head. But anyway, Simon phoned me up and said, "Do you think I should do it?" I said, "Mate, it was the best experience of my life. I think you should do it." And he didn't.
Well, for me, I was like, if you're saying I should do it because you know me, he goes, "Si, you're cool, man. You'll be all right. You'll be all right." I think I came out with Tourette's, man.
Well, look where you see.
See, that's all right. Do you know what I mean? He looks good there.
Listen, I had sense to boil some water because people were taking washes in cold water. I was like, nah.
You didn't enjoy it at all then, Simon?
No, not at all.
So what did you enjoy about it, Anthony, that you thought Simon would?
Do you know what? I love the fact that I was with just 11 randoms and I just got really friendly with them. You know, like Carol Thatcher. Who would have thought up me and Carol Thatcher in the jungle, you know? It was amazing.
Yeah, I must admit that hadn't occurred to me. I never... You're there with 11 randoms, did you call them? Okay. Now, let me ask you about when you came on the show before, Lee, and I enjoyed having you on. It's great fun. We were talking about some of your theories. And I know, presumably the rest of the band think, oh, wait, OK, what's he going to say now?
Yeah, I think here we go, because I don't know what comes out my mouth half the time, so I don't know.
But are you still relatively convinced that there is extraterrestrial life on Earth?
I think you've got to be a bit naive when you don't even know what's in our own oceans.
What are we talking?
It's true, though, isn't it?
That's fair, yeah.
It's true.
There's something in there.
There's
That's true.
discovered on this planet, so,
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
But do you think that Okay, what about things in the ocean? What things in the ocean should we look out for? You have a theory about whales, I believe. Is this correct?
No, I know there was something that they found on the internet that I was looking at when they called it the bleep or something like that, because it was so far down, all they could get was pulses from it.
So
and they said it was like a massive squid, and it was absolutely massive, and I don't know how big, but
big.
Just big, yeah. And I think it's like from back in the days, you know, in the ships and stuff, and you see the big squid taking it over, but because of pollution these days, they've gone deeper.
You know, Lee, that thing in Pirates of the Caribbean wasn't real. You know, it wasn't an actual thing.
Well, how do you know? How do you know? That's what I'm saying. How do you know? There, shut up.
Lee, okay, you know what? I admire. You should have an open mind. Absolutely right.
Yeah,
no
it's a bit too open sometimes.
What about? I read that you had a theory about David Blaine when he came. You know, the magician. He was in that box over London for a while.
Yeah.
And
did I say? I don't know. Some things, don't believe everything you read in the newspaper.
Maybe it wasn't true then. I read that you said you thought he might be extraterrestrial life.
Do you know? Have you ever heard of shapeshifters? That's as much as I'm saying.
You need say no more. You need someone. You know, one of them might be here right now.
Do you know what? Do you remember when I was on a train once when we first got in Blue, right? And I stood up on the train. It's God's honest truth. And I said, "One of you are here." And I stood up, and one night.
And the whole train kind of like looked at each other and was like...
And I started explaining to everyone about there may be an alien on the train that like, is looking like a human. And I got everyone talking. Everyone started talking like this. I swear I did it. I was with him. It was so funny.
And did you find that a lot more people got off at the next stop than you expected? It's so nice when you have the carriage to yourself. But do you think you've seen like an extraterrestrial?
I have seen when we was down in where was it?
You was in Brighton.
No, when we was when we did the first tour. When we did the first tour, and there was three lights in the sky, and they went like that.
Well, that, yeah.
That was in Bournemouth.
Yeah, that was in Bournemouth. Yeah, do you remember?
Okay, I don't care whether it was Brighton or Bournemouth. I'll be honest with you. Geographically, I'm not that interested, but the experience itself. So you thought that might be some sort of alien craft?
I'm just quite into history, and I look at it. I look at history, and I look at. I don't know. You lot don't understand. Get on with it.
You bloody aliens. Okay, I'm thrilled you're back together. What are you doing now? You're going to do new material as well as tour? Because presumably you're going to tour all the old stuff.
Yeah. And we're in the studio, sort of in and out, doing some new stuff as well. So yeah,
we're going to go on tour, have a crack, and just have a giggle, I think, as well.
Okay. Any big special effects on the tour? You do anything big on stage?
I might bring an alien down.
Just morph it down. Yeah.
Would you consider using any sort of wire harnesses, that kind of stuff?
We've done that before. Yeah.
I know what he's getting at.
What?
When?
Go on then, show the picture.
Duncan, what? I don't know.
Show the picture.
What's he talking about?
Oh, that.
What?
I think I'll tweak
It's quite fun going up on a harness.
What? Yeah, exactly. What?
All right.
Duncan, what are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm telepathic.
I can't concentrate because you're showing too much chest, right? You weren't... Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Well, that is what I'm talking about.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
What I think you're talking about?
Well, you know what? Now we don't need to show. I'm just going to project the image into your brain. And Lee, no peeking, all right? No, let's everyone see. No, this was Duncan when he was on the, what do they call it, Celebrities on Ice or something?
Dancing on Ice.
Dancing on Ice. And you did really well. No, hold on. I want to talk about it first. You did really well on that. Because that must... Had you ice skated before? Were you...
No, never. Do you know what? It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my whole life.
Because they really put you into training, don't they?
Yeah, it was really tough.
And you got through to the final?
Yeah.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. You know, it was a whole new experience.
Did you see him in the final? Did you watch him in this?
Saw him in the final.
You didn't watch?
No, I think I was in America at the time, so I weren't there.
Simon, did you watch?
No.
He was. He had my back.
Never mind.
I did have your back. I saw it like once or twice, but I was always back and forth to LA.
I like the fact that Lee at least offered an excuse. Simon just went, no. He had absolutely no interest in seeing you on ice, right?
I don't think I was around.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I
He didn't want to be carrying that around with him, so when he saw you
He
next
was
time,
preparing
he
for the jungle.
Okay. Here we go. This is... but what were they doing? Why did they send you up in the air? Because I thought the whole point of ice skating was staying on the ice.
Because it's something a bit different for the final. It's
So
like
they put you up
stick
there.
them up in the air.
But it wasn't that... It was just weird. It was more like a balancing type thing.
I know. What are you going to show? I'm a bit nervous now.
You know what this is?
Are you actually showing a VT or are you showing a picture?
Who said VT?
Oh, great.
Well,
go on in.
You know why it's nice for showing this?
Why?
Because Simon hasn't even seen this. Here we go. This is Duncan. I don't know what he's doing.
Close the door.
There's a lot of core stability.
What's the red Teletubby called? Is it Poe?
I think it is Poe.
Is it Poe? I look like
Might be
Poe.
Tinky Winky.
Because they put a big old bodysuit on you, harness thing, and I just look like a big old
You look
Teletubby.
like a big Peter Pan.
But I think it's the show. Hey, you know what? It's so much fun having you guys on the show.
Cheers,
when
John.
you were on last
Thanks
time,
for
I loved
having
it.
me.
It's so nice seeing you guys back together again. I would like you to come on and perform.
Would love to.
You want to come on and sing?
Not next
we'll do
year.
that, yeah.
We've got an album coming next year, and I just want to say, you know, it's been like 4.5 years since we've come back. It has been quite. We've been anticipating what's the reaction going to be like, and for us to come on your show as well, it's a huge thing. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, it's my pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, they'll be back, I'm sure. It's Blue. Great fun, thank you. The clip was all right, wasn't it? Good stuff, thank you. Well done, Simon, good stuff. Well done. Thank you. Take care, I'll see you later. Blue. The lovely boys of Blue. Mugshot of the week is of American drug dealer Marcus Bailey, OK? This is this young man, have a look at that. He was arrested for selling drugs in Indiana, but here's the thing, this is absolutely true, he was halfway through a haircut at the time. For real, he was in the barber shop, one of his regular customers tapped on the window, said, come outside, you got any whoopsie, or whatever they call it these days, I don't know what they call it, sherbet or something, come on out, right? He sold him a fizz bomb, and while he was outside, he got nicked halfway through the haircut. So the embarrassing thing is that's how he's now being forced to spend his time in prison. That's a look, isn't it? He looks like a gangster Princess Leia, doesn't he? Luckily for him, he's in the same cell as Phil Spector, so no one's even mentioned it so far. He's the normal one. Shall we get my next guest out? She's one of the most exciting comedians around right now. Take a look at her performing live.
So I bought for you tonight a copy of the Lonely Planet Guide to Iran, and I thought I'd share some of it with you in case you were planning to go there skiing. Very useful advice. Pubs and nightlife, dream on, it says. This is useful. Gay and lesbian travellers. Homosexuality is illegal in Iran and punishable by hundreds of lashes, or even worse, death. But this should not deter gay or lesbian. I'll tell you what, if you ever want to have a real laugh, travel to America with an Iranian passport. If you haven't got one, I'll give you one of mine. I've got loads. And a lot of Americans still don't know the difference between Iran and Iraq, and I always have to explain to them, we're the ones with weapons of mass destruction.
Please welcome Shafiq Khorsandi, ladies and gentlemen.
Stand up for your rights. Don't give it up. Get up, stand up. Yeah, yeah. Don't give up the fight.
Come and sit down.
Thank you.
Hey, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'm not used to wearing heels.
Well, you look very nice in
I
them.
stumbled.
Are they hard to wear?
They're very hard to wear.
OK, congratulations on that clip we just showed. That was you at the Secret Policeman's Ball, the big Amnesty International gig.
Yes, it was.
Was that a scary night, scary gig to do?
It was, because there were loads of people there. I mean, obviously I was expecting people to be there.
Of course.
But when reality hits, there is quite a lot of people. And also, in the green room, before, I was the only person that wasn't a household name. And I'm just there sort of asking this man where the loo is, and oh, look, it's Eddie Izzard. And I spoke to Jermaine Greer as well.
That's always an exciting moment.
It was. My voice trailed off because she went, yes.
Dramatic. Hey, congratulations on... I've been reading your book. I've been reading Shappy's book. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. But I found out from reading that Shappy actually isn't your actual name, is it?
No, it's short for Shah Parak.
OK, so why would you change it from Shah Parak, which sounds beautiful?
Well, because everyone called me Shit Attack. At school. You see, when you've got a really foreign name, you've got to shorten it.
Yes.
And so I went to school with a guy called Mir Abdul Bari, and he shortened his name to Jim. And a cousin called Mohammed who had to change his name to It Wasn't Me. Difficult.
So how old were you when you came? You came with your family. Your family left Iran in the early 70s. How old were you when you came over?
We moved over in 76 because my father was a journalist and he got a job, sort of just a little bit of an adventure for the family. We didn't plan to stay.
Because you had to stay in the end, didn't you? It was the revolution in Iran, and I guess that's why you... Is that why you had to stay away?
Yes, because my dad's a writer, he's a satirist, and as I think we all know by now, the Islamic Republic of Iran advocates free speech, but there's no freedom after you've spoken. So
and that's you there, we should point out, that's you as a child with your father, who, not a David Baddiel impersonator, but that's just what he's got the beard there.
What a magnificent dressing gown. I miss the 70s.
Oh, you were very tall.
My dad's very small. It's part of our culture.
So you had to stay, so you were forced to stay.
Yes.
So what would have happened if you'd gone back? Was he told not to come back, or he just had a gut feeling not to go back? Or?
He was, well, you know what, sort of quite subtly, he was told to leave. And by subtly, I mean he went back in 1979 once the Ayatollahs had established their regime. And he sort of went back to his offices and the newspaper where he worked, and a mob of thousands of people. I said to him how many thousands were chanting for your execution. He said he didn't stop to count. But they were all saying, Khorsandi must be executed. So my dad sort of took that as a bit of a hint that it was time to leave. And then when we were in England in about 1984, we started to get death threats on the phone because my father was writing a satirical magazine in London. And I was only about 10 or 11. I'd pick up the phone and someone would be going, I'm going to kill your father. You tell him he's dead. And I'm like, Dad, it's for you. I think it's Uncle Hassan again.
Incredible. Well, you know, for us it seems like a bizarre story, of course, and for you, I mean, it's your life, it's how you grew up. But still, it's an unexpected turn of events, and your father, to find himself in that position, must have been awful, having kids as well and wanting to protect them. But I guess he needs to speak out still. He can't silence himself because they would have won.
Exactly. I think that's something I didn't understand when I was a child.
So did you want him to stop as a child?
I wanted him to be a plumber. I had no interest in having a dissident father. I used to write letters to the Ayatollah saying, Dear Ayatollah, if you just got to know my dad, you would realise that he takes the piss out of everybody. It's not just you. You'd really like him. He never wrote back to me.
Yeah, well, he's like that, apparently. He's not
very
good.
busy.
Doesn't keep up with his mail. Now, you refer to your upbringing and to your sort of Iranian past, obviously quite a lot in your comedy.
I have. I've been Iranian for ages.
Yeah. And so, but do you ever find that, do you find that tiresome, or do you find that helps? Because presumably, I mean, it's an unusual calling card to have anyway.
Well, when I first started stand-up, I didn't particularly. But then just stuff keeps happening in Iran that when you're an Iranian comedian, you can't really not talk about it. You know, like especially now, what's happening and
the huge struggle over there at the moment.
Yeah, and you know, there's young Iranian men and women being killed, fighting for freedom. And as an Iranian comic, how can I not address that? I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't watch it and go, this is comedy gold.
Of course not. You're not going to say this is inherently funny, but
No.
It's something you're going to feel the need to comment upon.
Of course you do. And also, it's also audiences when they come to see me. It would be a bit odd if I didn't comment on it.
Do you still have family in
Oh,
Iran?
yes, my granny, Shamsi.
And so what's her situation? Could you get her out, or you can't?
We haven't been able to get in touch with them for a few days. I know not my granny, my uncles are out demonstrating. But no, you know what, she doesn't want to come out. You know, that's her home. So, no. No, we've left her there.
Yeah.
Bye, Gran. Thanks for the memories.
But I can see your tendency is to look for the laugh in it, and that's, you know, admirable and understandable. I can see why you would do that. But you do talk about your family quite a lot in your act as well, don't you?
I do.
Do they enjoy that? Do they like that? I imagine your dad probably quite likes it.
I don't know if he does. My dad's got a very high sort of bar when it comes to... For example, I told my writer father that I've written a book, and he said, oh, has anyone tried to kill you? I was like, no, well, it can't be very good. So there is that, and also I joke about the fact that I wanted to be a doctor, but my parents pushed me into stand-up comedy, but it's actually... It's true. When I was about 11, my dad took us to see Bugsy Malone, right? How exciting, go to see Bugsy Malone. And we're sitting there watching Tallulah, do the Tallulah song, and my dad turns around to me and goes, don't you wish it was you up there? This is not an Iranian accent, by the way, I can't do it. This is
He's Russian now.
Yeah, it's just a generic foreign accent I do, you know, hello. Oh, that's not bad. So he goes, don't you wish that you were up there with the lights on you, everybody looking at you, instead of sitting here in the dark, alone, and nobody. You could die now. I'm not even your real father. So it was that kind of family.
Compelled you to perform. But he must be thrilled now, though, because you are doing it. Or is it still a bittersweet thing for him?
No, he is thrilled. I'm sure he is. It's just weird with parents, isn't it? I have a little boy now, and he does he just sort of dribbles, and I go, oh my God, you're so clever.
Yeah.
And I think parents tend to be like that about their kids anyway, and I think that even, whatever I did, I'm lying. If I was going to say whatever I did, he would have been happy for me. No, if I had become a doctor or anything, he would have been deeply disappointed, furious, and would excommunicate me.
But your partner, with whom you have your little boy, he's a comedian as well, I believe.
He is, yes.
So presumably there's no hope for your child whatsoever.
Well, actually, I think 2 minuses make a plus. So I'm hoping my son will go into a more worthy profession.
Was your dad pleased when you got married to a comedian? Did he endorse that? Was he happy with that?
Well, it was weird with my dad, because when I got married, I said, so Dad, this is what's going to happen. You're going to walk me down the aisle, and then the registrar's going to say, who gives this woman away? And you say, I do. And then he goes, what, I give you away? Like your property, like your chattel, and then he just got all sort of feminist on me and wouldn't give me away.
That's sweet. You know what? Maybe it just dawned on him his little girl was going out to become a woman. Maybe that's what it was. It was a big moment for him.
I'd become a woman a long time before.
Chappie's book, which I've just started reading, and I'm really enjoying it. You know, it really captures the period, beautiful, I think, the early period when you first arrived, really captures it very cleverly, very well written. The book is called A Beginner's Guide to English by Chappie Kosandi. It's out now. I don't know if it's, oh yeah, I've got it here.
Beginner's Guide to Acting English.
Oh, A Beginner's Guide to Acting English, okay. Will this be, I'm curious, would this be translated? Would this be available? Even if it was smuggled into Iranian people?
I don't know. I mean, they're very fussy about books, because books are dangerous, you know. But, do you know, I stayed in this hotel, speaking of how dangerous, and you know, like, they put a little Bible in the hotel drawer. Yeah. Do you ever do that? Just check, oh, look, the Bible's there.
The Gideon's Bible.
The Gideon's Bible. Yeah. I went into this hotel, and the Bible wasn't there. Right, and I just mentioned at the receptionist, is that not a hotel tradition anymore? And she goes, oh, yes, it is, but we removed it, because when you rang up, you had a funny name. So we thought you might be offended. I was like, what am I going to do? So they're going, that Bible's looking at me. Following me with its eyes.
Hey, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, the book's a great read, and I'm looking forward to seeing you more live. When are you performing? You're doing some gigs?
I'm doing the Edinburgh Festival this year. I'll be at the Pleasance, and yeah, I'll be kicking around, I'm sure.
OK, I'm sure you will be. Ladies and gentlemen, Chappie Kosandi.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you. Mind that leg. Mind the steps. Chappie Kosandi, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get my final guest out, but first let's remind ourselves of his nifty ball work on the court.
Yes. Oh, 3 fantastic shots. He's done it. Unbelievable things are happening here. again. Can you believe it? They have seen the most wonderful level of expertise from both of them.
Please will you welcome one of our greatest ever tennis players, Mr. Tim Henman.
It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rivals, and he's watching us all every eye of the tiger.
Cheers, there you go. Thank you, Mr. Tim Henman.
Thank you
Tim,
very much.
take a seat. I'm very excited we finally lured you on the show.
It's been a while, isn't it?
It's been a long time, been after a few years. Hey, it must be strange for you at the moment. Wimbledon week kicks off. You're not playing anymore, of course. Is that a good thing? Is it good, the pressure? Are you relieved you're not playing
It's a very
anymore?
good thing I'm not playing, absolutely.
Because that was a lot of pressure on you, wasn't it?
It was, I mean, there was always sort of a pressure and expectation that went with it, and I did love playing there because it was the biggest and best tournament in the world, but it's amazing to be back there now and kind of on the other side of the fence. It's pretty relaxed.
When did you officially retire from the game?
September 2007, so about 18 months ago.
And were you tempted to join Blue when they reformed, or it's about the same
Well, I haven't had
period?
the invite actually, but
is it strange for you seeing, because Andy's doing so well, Andy Murray, is it strange for you when you see they still call it Henman Hill?
well, it is, isn't it?
And then, but people are suggesting it may well be Murray Mound as well, or Murray Mount, or whatever it is. Murray's Mounts.
No chance. Well, I mean, I've discussed it with him as well, and he's, you know, he's better than me in every other department, so at least he can, you know, let me have my
Let
hill.
you have the hill back.
yeah.
Well, Henman Hill does sound better, and it was
It does.
Henman Hill, so it should be
Absolutely.
Henman Hill. Let's give that way.
Stay that way.
But the support you used to get is incredible. When you look back in now, I look back at some footage knowing you were coming on, and you were in the semi-finals. Was it 4 times?
That's right. Yeah.
And the way the crowd used to get behind you, on the one hand, must have been fantastic. On the other hand, sometimes that just adds to the pressure. I was thinking.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you're kind of consumed with what you're doing on the court, and you know, I was lucky enough to play a lot of my matches on centre court, and that atmosphere is just it's the best. And if I could have played my whole career on one court, it would have been that. I think some of the exterior stuff away from the court, you know, sometimes the press it can get a little bit claustrophobic, but you know, the positives far outweigh the negatives, and no, I loved it, absolutely loved it.
Was it weird having your mum and dad sitting there watching you? I often wonder that when I see, I know it sounds weird, but when I watch Murray playing, he always cuts to his mum and his girlfriend in the audience, and it used to show, normally your mum and dad would both be there, and of course you ever, and I thought, that must sometimes be a bit strange, looking up and seeing both mum and dad.
I mean, you know, my mum and dad like watching me play, but they come to Queen's, they come to Wimbledon, they'd probably see me play in the Davis Cup, but they wouldn't see me play the other 25 weeks of the year, so I think they enjoyed it. I hope they enjoyed it. They probably got a bit nervous as well. But no, it's just good to have their support. But you don't, you know, all that stuff that's going on around you, you don't really take a great deal of notice.
So what
of
are
it.
you thinking? Say today you're through to one of the semi-finals of Wimbledon. You know people, you know, they're desperate for you to win.
Yeah.
You're pretty desperate to win as
Yeah,
well.
I'm quite keen as well. Sometimes people, you know, they're getting desperate, and it's been a long time. But sometimes it's almost, you know, they're giving the impression that you're not really that bothered. And you know, trust me, with the work that we put in.
Did you go in there thinking, though, I'm going to win, I am going to win? Is that, do you need to get into that frame of mind, or is it sometimes better thinking, OK, this is a great player, I'm just going to do my best?
I think when you know, I certainly wasn't the best player in the world, but I was, you know, I was close to it.
Well, you were in the top 10 for about 4 years.
Yeah, 5, 6 years, and 4 in the world was my best. So, you know, irrespective of who I was playing, you know, I went on the court thinking I was going to win, and if you don't think like that, then you know, it's probably not really worth turning up. But then, you know, there was people like Sampras, Hewitt, Federer. They were also pretty useful at their job.
Well, we can all make excuses for ourselves. But you beat Federer an awful lot, because he was kind of an emerging player at that time when you were still there, wasn't he? Now he kind of dominates the game.
I beat him a couple of times when he was like 12 and 13, but it still goes down on the head-to-head.
You're still in touch with Roger, with Mr. Federer?
Yeah. I saw him yesterday.
Okay.
And yeah, he's in good form. He's pretty
Would
relaxed.
you prefer him to win over Murray? Because I'm torn. No, I'm torn because I want to see Murray win. Everyone does here in the UK, but at the same time, I want Roger Federer to get that record. I want to see him beat Sampras's record. And
If I'm honest, it's kind of like a win-win. I think if we could all say that there was going to be a dream final this year with Nadal out of the equation, it would be Murray-Federer. And you know, I've said on a number of occasions, I think Andy's going to go on to far bigger and better things than I was able to achieve. But Roger's one of my best friends from the tour. So
hey, when you do next see Federer, can you ask him to stop carrying that stupid girly gold bag onto the court? Did anyone see him walking the other day? Like, I know he's the world's best. Look, there he is. Look at that! And the headband. Look, he's got a jacket on underneath. He had a waistcoat. I thought he was going to get a monkey and a guitar out and start busking or something. What's that? Can you have a word with him? Is that some sort of Swiss
I'll mention
thing?
it. Yeah, I think he might say that when you've won 5 times, you can kind of wear what you want, but I'll send the message.
Do you miss playing at all? Because you hardly play at all anymore, do you?
So I stopped in September 2007, and I didn't hit a ball for 18 months, and then I was asked to play in the sort of the opening or the closing of the new roof.
Well, the opening and the closing. They were showing it off, weren't they?
Exactly.
Did a bit of both.
It was a bit of both. Yeah. But no, I don't miss it at all. But
but you enjoyed it, though, didn't you?
I loved it. Yeah. I mean, it was never a real job. It was my hobby, and so it was always what I wanted to do from a kid. But 33, we'd just had our 3rd baby, and I wasn't probably playing to the level that I expected, and my back and my body wasn't quite as fit as it once was. So I think I stopped at the right time.
What was it you played that guy, Goran Ivanovic, that guy? Remember what was his name?
Yeah,
Goran Ivanisevic.
Ivanisevic. There we go.
That was it. Now you were playing him in the semis, okay? Yep. Semi-final. Did anyone see that match? Do you remember that match? Tim against Goran Ivanisevic. And because I remember watching it thinking, when you were playing the end part, and I'm showing him, I thought, you got him. You had him. You were going to take him. And then it rained off. And you came out that morning, and he obviously had the chance to rethink his strategy, and he came back, and maybe the pressure had got to you a bit more. Yeah. If we'd had the roof back then, you'd have got through to the final that year.
Probably. I think I would have done, yeah. I mean, I was kind of dominating that match at that time, but I think people sort of have this, they immediately think, oh, I would have won it that year, but, Pat Rafter was in the final and he'd won a couple of US Opens. But, yeah, I think if I reflect, I think that was my best chance.
You would have got it that year. I don't know why keep talking about this. It's obviously making you feel quite bad now. I didn't mean that. But listen, do you think you could... I still... OK, I know I'm foolish, but I still think there's an outside chance. If I got a wild card, I could possibly win it, right? Do you think you could still win it?
No, I got no chance, but I've heard that your game's...
No, but seriously, I think if I win it, just wanting it bad enough, I could probably take it.
You should give it a try. I'm on the wild card committee for Wimbledon.
Put me in, I'll play at Wimbledon next year.
You just write a letter. You write a letter to the referee, Andrew Jarrett's his name. Sign it, say you think you're ready, you're playing well, you're in good form. Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I'll be your coach.
You'll be my coach?
I'm serious.
Man, I tell you, I think we could go all the way with this. Seriously.
If only I had your confidence.
But, no, do you think that was an issue?
No, but it's obviously not an issue for you.
Yeah. I could beat those fools. And then one of them.
One of them, man.
Remember them?
One of them.
It's a tougher game than it looks. It must drive you a bit mad, though. Do people come up to you and ask for tips, ask for advice?
Like you did beforehand?
Yeah. They go and say, I'm having a problem with this shot or tactics. Do they ask you?
No. It's good. I mean, it's. I still like the game, but it's fun talking to you because I know I've played tennis with you.
We played against each other. I can't remember. How much did I beat you by?
It's good that you brought it up because I do remember that we did play. We played a couple of years ago in Regent's Park, and I won 6-3, and I won with a cricket bat.
One thing I want to ask you, there was about a year early on when you were 19 or 20 when you had a leg problem. Was it a broken leg or was it some sort of operation you had?
Yeah, I did, I broke my leg.
And you were out of the game for a long while.
Yeah, where's this going?
And then, so what sort of impact? Did that hamper your chances a lot? Did that?
It wasn't great. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough on one leg, but.
Well, you can't play on one leg.
No. I did. I was playing. I just got. So I was ranked about 150 in the world. So I was, I was going up.
And rising up, yeah.
Yeah. Everything was looking good, and I was in the middle of a match playing in Singapore, and and I broke the bottom of my leg in 3 places. So
How
I had
did
to have.
you do that?
I
What
don't know.
happened?
It's weird. I've never had any problems. You know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Well, I just.
How can you
I
not?
was
You
in the
broke
middle
your
of a
leg in
rally.
3 places.
It'd
What
be all
did
right
you
if
do?
I, you know, if I ran and twisted my ankle, but I was literally just running and pushed off on my
Were
leg.
you wearing stacks, platform shoes or something?
I mean, heels weren't great to play in, but.
But it can happen so easily, can't it?
Well, I mean, that was a bit of a shock, and I was in Singapore, flew back, went in to have an X-ray, and my leg was broken in 3 places, and I had 3 pins put in it, and knock on wood, I've never had any problems with it since, but I was out for 6 months, and then my ranking dropped, and you have to start all over again.
That's hard work, isn't it? And
Not
that's
great,
the kind of
not
but
great.
that must really take its toll on you. The mindset that you
Yeah,
have to
and also as well, because you know, it's all done on your ranking, and the ranking's over 52 weeks, so you suddenly miss 6 months and you're ranked 150. Suddenly you're 350, and you've got to go back to all the not such good tournaments.
I'm not going to join in talking about ranking because we're just going to get in. People are going to think I'm having a go at you.
Sorry, Please
I'll leave all that to you.
don't.
You do all
Yeah,
those stats.
Sorry.
I'll stick to this.
Yeah.
How are you enjoying doing the commentary? How are you enjoying? Because they get you in for Wimbledon each year. I know you're not doing any of the other Grand Slams just yet. I'm sure you've been asked, but is that something you want to see yourself going forward into?
I like it at the moment. I mean, the Wimbledon is what it's all about for me, and it's kind of it's good at the moment. 2 weeks work and then 50 weeks off is kind of how I like it. But you know, maybe in time I'll do a bit more. And the whole sort of team, you know, Sue Barker and McEnroe, Becker, and yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it.
Boris is quite a character, isn't he?
Boris is good value, yeah.
What advice to give you? Did he give you any advice for the commentary? Because he started in it before you, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And
He's
let's face it, he's got a
advice.
drawback in which he can barely speak English. So.
No, he's all right. He's all right.
Jim, he's like Arnold Schwarzenegger sitting in it. If he does that serve, I will be back.
Yeah, McEnroe's the one. He's top quality.
Yeah, but McEnroe's still super competitive, isn't he?
Yeah, he's mad. I mean, he's not, you know, he's not getting any younger, but he's still, you know, playing all the time. He loves to get out there and hit balls, and he plays in the seniors. And he says, you know, he goes bananas on the court, and he says, oh, it's part of my contract, you know, I have to do it. And it's complete bollocks.
He just has to do it.
Yeah,
he can't help himself.
Yeah.
But you didn't lose it often, but you lost it that one time famously when not in that way. When you whacked the ball and it hit that kid, and then you went up and you punched her in the face or something. Didn't you? Then you broke one of her legs or something. Because you just got angry in the game and you were suspended, which is a very rare thing in tennis.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. McEnroe said that today in the commentary box. He said, "Yeah, you know, we're sitting here and only one of us has been disqualified from Wimbledon." And yeah, it was me. I played Sampras in the morning in the singles and lost. And then I was playing doubles, and we were winning. We were 2-1 up, so I couldn't have been that angry. And I hit the ball down the other end, and just as I was hitting it, the ball girl, she popped her head up from the other side.
Oh, so it was
of the
her
net.
fault, was it?
Absolutely.
Even now, he can't find it in himself.
I did a flush on the ear, and then Alan Mills, the referee, came on the court, and he has a chat with the umpire, and the umpire says, "Oh, you whacked it," and that was it. It was just a red card. You know, I was out of there, and. Bunch of flowers and a kiss next day.
I don't know. I should be consorting with people like you who get suspended for things.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know why I want to hang out with your kind. So you don't miss the game at all. You don't miss any aspect of it.
No,
you don't miss competing at that level.
Okay, so when I'm at Wimbledon and we're doing our commentary and I'm on the side of centre court and I was lucky enough to do it. So 6 weeks ago, go and play against Agassi and it was pretty cool to be out there.
Back out there. And this was for the roof opening.
Yeah.
Does it feel different with the roof on it when you're playing there?
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, suddenly you're an indoor court and you know, the day we played, it was miserable outside. It was cold, wet and windy, and then they shut the roof and they've got this whole sort of air conditioning system, and it's beautiful. Yeah, for 100 million, it should be pretty good.
Okay, I can't wait to see the final, obviously, and it may well be, who knows, we'll find out soon whether it will be Murray and Federer or it'll be someone else, because a lot of time... I'm going to set you a challenge, Tim Henman.
Yep.
If Murray gets through at the final, I may well go to it, even if I'm not there either way. I would like to see you appear wearing one of those tartan hats with the ginger wigs under the side as a sign of support. Will you do that for him?
As long as I'm on Henman Hill.
Oh, you want to be outside of Henman Hill? Murray Mound.
Murray Mound.
It doesn't sound the same, does it?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
Hey, you haven't played for a while, I know.
Yeah.
You're a bit rusty. Do you want to have just a little quick knockabout before you go?
I'd have a game.
A little knockabout?
Absolutely.
Okay. You just stand over there. Okay.
How far? Two hands. You need two hands.
I think that's advantage Ross. I think you're fine. You've seen this before, haven't you?
Yeah. Good strike, though.
You know what's terrible? I'm actually really tired now.
Yeah, those are heavy, though. Those are heavy.
Okay, Tim, great to have you here. And you know what? I hope people do remember, because, you know, you never won a Grand Slam.
I didn't.
You got so close any number of times. But you were, for years, ranked in the top 10, and you got as high as 4. And that's a remarkable achievement in the world of tennis. And I hope that you'll remember properly as the great, great player that you were, and you will perhaps continue to be if you ever get off your lazy backside and start playing again. I really do hope so. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tim Henman.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thanks very much. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
You gonna stay for the music?
Yeah, absolutely.
And good luck with Andy. Good luck to Andy.
Thank you.
Thanks to all my guests tonight. Tim Henman, of course, the wonderful Shafi Khorsandi, and Blue. Next week on the show, it's Ladies' Night, and my guest will be Hollywood actress Sandra Bullock, Harry Potter star Emma Watson, and the wonderful Liz Smith will be here. Plus, we have live music from Little Boots. But now, performing Rabbit Heart, and really, she's got one hell of a voice on her. It's Florence and the Machine.
golden sunlight. This is a gift. attitude going on there. I like that.
For highlights from this year's Glastonbury so far, you can press red now or head online. There's the address, bbc.co.uk/.
This is the ultimate endurance test, set 100 years ago by explorers Scott and Amundsen. Ben Fogle and James Cracknell now take on one of the toughest races on the planet.
Part of me's a bit worried about looking stupid.
James always pushes it one step further.
It's just got so bad now, it's not funny.
You let Antarctica get even just the smallest hold on you and it will eat you up and spit you out.
The race for the South Pole on thin ice starts tomorrow at 9 on BBC Two.
We're on a mission, so get ready for some time travel.
For the past 40 years,
it was a simple but brilliant idea.
Together, the Open University and the BBC
yellow, blue, green, yellow
have been making learning more and more inspiring.
I don't like the way you've put your crash helmet on. What's that for?
Welcome to the story of Coast.
Quite big waves out here. The Open University in partnership with the BBC.
That's absolutely fabulous.
Celebrating 40 years of bringing inspiration to the nation.
Torchwood, Children of Earth, all 5 parts in 1 week, starts Monday the 6th of July on BBC One.